Hey guys, welcome to round 2. We're going to be on the draw again against Vox Tex, and I don't know what he plays, but he may be AFK, he may be scouting us at the moment. And I have really not been doing well with my die rolls. I need to work on that. Definitely need to practice so I can get better at these things. But a narrow 2-3. It was a very nail-biting die roll, as you can see. So we're just going to wait here. We can reflect a little bit on the first round, in which we were fairly favored, I would say, in that matchup. We did convincingly take game 1, and then game 2, some of our plays could have been suspect, but I think the main factor was that Ledgewalker with the Hunger of the Howl pack. Our only sideboard we really saw in that game was the Unicorn, and it was a non-factor. So that is one thing to note about the card in that matchup. It could be the case that we don't want to bring the Unicorn in. In game 3, we had to fight against a first striking Legionnaire on the table, and that was a bit dicey, including one turn where I didn't really factor in the possibility of him untapping the Legionnaire with the Ranger, but I also had 3 removal spells / abilities that I could use. So our opponent's here. He's going to play first, and this is a perfectly serviceable hand. We've got a curve, we've got some life gain if he's aggressive, and we have some bone splitters if he's not. So this time it's infect, and I think this might be very hairy for us. We're going to have to lead on the bone splitter, and we're going to be extremely defensive in these first few turns. We may actually even just be dead here. So infect is pretty tough to face because it's already kind of an evenish matchup, but they have the advantage of being able to potentially kill you on turn 2. So he's taking notes of everything we have in hand, and he's got a free turn to try and do some work here. He's looking for his kill condition, just another pump spell or whatever. So here's a Rancor. Already something we don't want to see in the matchup. See how much damage we take. He only needs one more pump. Oh, 7. Okay. Now, I was hoping to draw a Journey, but we didn't. We're going to have to play this. Otherwise, we just basically die to trample damage. Well, 2 power pump will kill us no matter what. We're not going to be able to get this Harrier down really in a position where it can block, where it can't block, and we can use the ability. So I'm actually going to play the Veteran. That actually might be wrong though. I guess he doesn't really have the opportunity to pump the other guys either because we have to block here. We're probably just still dead because of Rancor giving trample. But otherwise, yeah. So we're just dead. Good game. And we'll go to game 2, where we'll try to do a little bit better. So this will definitely be a short match, that's for certain. Once the computer... Okay. So, looking at our boarding again. We're actually going to take out 3 of the Bone Splitters. We're not very aggressive here, and boosting the power of our creatures is not as significant as boosting the toughness. Believe it or not, we do leave in Riftwatcher because it does have a 2/3 body, and being able to fly over his creatures once we've stalled out the board is perfectly fine. We also leave in the War Falcons because we want as many 1-drops as possible to block his turn 1s. And then the Squadron Hawk we're going to take out, and that's because it's only a 1 toughness body, so even drawing them all is not really that exciting in the grand scheme of things, depending when you draw it, I suppose. We definitely want 2 Strands. Strands can blow him out of this matchup, and we want the Standard Bearer, which can also blow him out. And again, the Unicorn we're going to bring in to negate Hornet Sting, and that just keeps our Standard Bearers alive. And hopefully being on the play, giving us a little more tempo. We also have a Guardian's Pledge to help us race here, and some removal to slow him down. I think this will be fairly strong, so let's go ahead and go to it. All right, here's game 2, and we are going to play first against Mono Green Infect. And this hand is nice. It's got removal, it's got a lot of aggressiveness, but a lot of toughness as well. So we're not going to mulligan this. It's especially good if he doesn't have a 1-drop, because we can actually get in with the Falcon and resolve the Veteran Armorer. And then after that, we can potentially journey his guy. But regardless, we're going to journey this. There's no way we're going to let that slide, especially when we have the opportunity. Ooh! I think we're still going to journey this, though, especially when we have the opportunity to get around vines. We're still going to journey this because him having a Hornet Sting or something could be fairly disconcerting, I would say. Now let's hope he's out of creatures. Doesn't look like he is. I think he's just debating which creature to play. So I think now would be the time to lay down that Standard Bearer and hopefully resolve the Armorer before we actually die. We could also play the Armorer first. Okay, he's leaving up vines. He's going to play another Glistener Elf. He also might be leaving up Hornet Sting. So here I think we could just go for the Standard Bearer. He would have to have Hornet Sting and something really deadly, but at the same token, I kind of like playing the Armorer. It's worse against Rancor, but I think better in the long run. It's a tough call. It's actually really close. I think we're going to play the Armorer, and this way he needs to have Rancor. He needs to be able to do 12, because I don't think we're going to block with the Armorer, right? So as long as he doesn't have Rancor, I think we can lock him out. This is a bit of a gambit. You have to do this versus Infect in general. Plays a land, so that could be a Groundswell, but may not have that Rancor, so we can block. And then I think we're just going to... Oh, he does have it. Wait. Oh, okay. So now I think we're good. He's not even going to attack. So if we don't draw a land, we've got Skyfisher on deck. And we can actually just start attacking him with the War Falcon because we don't care. Yep. Alright, let's attack first. Alright, so I think we've locked him out of the game, which is very nice. He's leaving up vines, but he's never going to get a chance to use it. So our gambit paid off, and now I think he's kind of boned because we can just hit him for a lot of damage in the air. We can race this Infect clock. Played a land, so he needs double Hornet Sting and a pump to really get out of this situation. So he's just sending that. We're just going to take one. We don't care. It's irrelevant. And now his turn's over because he's got nothing but pump. We have an unmake. We can actually unmake this and attack for 7. That takes him to 11. I'd rather unmake the mirror, to be honest. I don't even think we need to do either at the moment. I think we can just attack with these 3. Maybe not even him. Yeah, you know what? I think we attack with these 3, because he could block this and have Hornet Sting, but if he blocks this and has Hornet Sting, then he needs to draw another one. If he has 2, he can already kill it anyway. So let's see what he wants to do about this. Alright, so we're just going to play this, actually. And now he's on a 2-turn clock, regardless of what he actually draws. Being on the draw in game 3 is going to be extremely disconcerting. But with a good enough hand, we can definitely get out of it. So here goes another point of infect damage. She's sending both. So I'm actually going to block the Glistener Elf, because we still have 6. We still have him on a 2-turn clock, so. And he still needs double Hornet Sting to deal with this, so. Which he doesn't appear to have. So we can unmake this and hit him for 2. We hit him for 8 that way. I think that's actually just going to be fine. Just puts him in the worst position possible. Okay, unless he has double Hornet Sting, this is not going to work. Oh, he used target artifact. Okay, that's interesting. Well, we will hit him for 6 still. Okay, so he was able to get around that. We might just hit him for 5 actually. And leave up this just to be extra safe. Now, I don't see why that's necessary. Let's just hit him for 6. We can play around double Sandstorm or something. Doesn't really matter. Well, that was a very narrow case of him getting around Standard Bearer by having an artifact that he could target. Okay, so we got game 2, and we need to get ready for game 3. So on the draw, like I said, it's going to be very rough for us. We got to hope he does not have a turn 1, but we always are hoping that, regardless. And I think we're going to leave it like this. I don't really see a need to bring in any of these cards. This is potentially a consideration, but at 4 mana, it's a little expensive effect. So we're at game 3. We want to keep something pretty good, and this is actually going to be decent. I think it's keepable. We have a couple 1-drops. We don't have a lot of toughness boosting, but we have a removal spell. And the Javelineer is kind of a removal spell too. So I think we can actually keep it. Now he's really deciding, he's really tanking. So it's not, whatever he's got in hand, it's not an auto. He actually mulliganed. We're going to keep. It's not an auto keep. This one seems more like an auto keep, which means he may have a turn 1. No turn 1, so we are just really happy to see that. Now this is going to be a problem, because he could have, well, he actually has nothing. Wow. Okay, so he's definitely got like a Hornet Sting or something. I'm still going to attack, and I'm going to play out the Loyal Cathar. Once he draws a land, he's definitely got a 2-drop on deck. This gives us the opportunity to play Falcon and Journey. Yeah, so he's going to have a guy next turn. That's okay. And we have the Armorer, so I'm going to play the Armorer. I think I'll play it now, just to see if he's going to try and sting this or something. But I think we might be able to curve out on him. Plus the boosted toughness of our creatures is definitely a bonus here. Definitely a bonus here. So he's got the Glistener Elf, which we can attempt to Journey. And then if he when he responds with Vines, we can actually kill it with the Javelineer. So we draw another Armorer. We just need to decide, what is our plan of action here. And I think we want to play the Journey. The only problem is he can cast Vines in response. Then we attempt to shoot it. Even if that resolves, we'll have to Journey one of our own guys, which means we have to Journey the Javelineer. But I think it's worth getting 2 pumps out of his hand. I think it's definitely worth that. And then we can kind of decide what we want to do from there. So let's see. And he was lucky because he drew that. He drew that last turn. So this will get 2 pumps out, and then we actually journey our own guy. Oh, we're still going to journey our own guy, but I think it's well worth it in this scenario. Hit you for 6. We actually might be able to somehow race if we get like a... And if we draw a Core Skyfisher, that's probably the best draw in the history of man. But he's definitely got a 2-drop. So it's just a matter of how many guys we want to put on D. We have a lot of toughness now. This isn't like other white weenie decks where all of your guys are just 1 and 2 toughness. This time we actually, I mean, we can possibly even just swing into this guy. He doesn't have Invigorate, or he just wanted to leave it back. He's got another Glistener Elf. Okay. And he might have another Apostle's Blessing, which would kind of suck. We draw a 3rd Armorer. So, I feel fine attacking with 3 guys. It could be the case he has another Blessing and just can kill us. Well, attacking with these 3 gives us 6 toughness to work with. And this guy's going to be on D also. I should have played the Armorer there first, but that's my fault. We can actually leave this land back as well because we no longer have Hawks in the deck. Sending all actually means he has to block, which was kind of, yeah, I just made a big mistake there. Hopefully we don't pay the price. But he may still have to block here anyway. We should have sent all of them. Not necessarily, though. Because he blocks and pumps his guy or whatever. Alright. So we'll leave up 2. And an unknown card. He could have another Apostle's Blessing, but he still needs lethal. Otherwise, he's just dead. Unless he has Fog. But we win the match. Very sketchy play there once again. It's kind of hard. I don't have a lot of experience against Infect, and the turn-by-turns can be so dicey. But we did get there. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for round 3.